Thank you, Nate. It's Friday, so we're going to take a little easy today. I'm not sure. We're probably going to have to wait till probably after the 9:45 or the 10 o'clock candle before we find something. So we'll see. The last couple days we've had some pretty good movement, and we do have some news this morning, so hopefully that'll get some liquidity in the market so we can have some nice movement today and not so choppy. What I would like to see this morning is for the ES to recover that 25. So it's about 25 points up. So I'm hoping that's what we do today. We got like a nice little trend line liquidity here. So we're almost in like this big V shape. It's pretty low. Maybe pull back a little bit today, then go to the back up to the 25s. I'm not sure if this was a data wick. I think this was a data wick. I just didn't put it in the what's up, Trader G? How are you doing today? I want to say we did have some 8:30 news today. I just didn't put it in. But we also have news again at 9:45. Let's see. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, so we had core PCE price index numbers this morning at 8:30. So this is what that data wick is here that you're seeing here. Thank you, good sir. I was just trying to get all my stuff kind of just mapped out for this morning. Hopefully we don't get the move starting out today. Yesterday was probably the best breakout that I've seen that we had kind of marked out yesterday that it worked out perfectly. And I'm usually not a big fan of trading the opening, but man, yesterday it was so hard not to take the opening trade. That was this setup here. I mean, we had this huge like 1 minute trend line, like just a slow grind all the way down. Then we had this nice pullback from what, 16 all the way back up into the 80s, probably close to 90s. So like a 80 point just grind back up, and this was the play at opening where the bottom just fell out. Like I said, I hardly ever take trades within the first minute, but we did decide to push the button on this one. So then we got a lucky trade yesterday. After we degened a little bit, we did do a little bit of a degen trading yesterday where we were trading super aggressive on a Bulanox eval. But I try to let everybody know what I'm doing. So they're like, oh, that looks like a good trade. No, most of those trades weren't good. Those were just me anticipating a fake or a breakout on the Manzini levels. But this is where I got lucky. I want to say it was somewhere in here. There was like a 100-point move just came out of just nowhere. Like it was just insane. Is it right there? It went to the 21 level yesterday is where it goes. I mean, we had that 21 marked out, and that's exactly where that freaking wick went, because what that 20 level was from yesterday, that 321, it was the data wick from the day before from those NVIDIA numbers. So we had it marked out, but I didn't think we would ever get down there, but we just got that surprise boner candle straight down. So that was the lucky trade of yesterday, because I was just looking for 5 or 10 points and the bottom just fell out of nowhere. I just happen to be lucky enough to be on the right side of it. And we'll see if we're going to do funded trades today. I'm not sure. So far we've only had 2 funded trades this week because I didn't trade Monday. Is that Monday? Yeah, I didn't trade Monday because we just got back in the town that late night before, and I was just so tired Monday. Then Tuesday, no trade. I think it was kind of choppy that day because it was the day after the holiday. Wednesday, we took a 10-point trade. The runner got stopped out, so that's why we only ended up with $65 on our funded. Yesterday was another 10-point trade. The runner got stopped out. What sucks about this, right after that thing stopped me out, it literally sold down 100 points after it stopped out my runner. So that's kind of where we are with those. Then we did, like I said, we did blow up one eval yesterday, kind of degenning it like I did. What it is, I kept trying to catch the breakout of the Manzini level on 25, and that thing just kept chopping like crazy around that level. So this was the lucky trade that I was talking about yesterday that we caught for the lucky sell-off for a 100-point dump. And I wasn't really steep because it was like I said, another 90% eval. So we were just trying to see if we can get like a little buffer zone on the eval. And I got to catch a 1 mini for almost 100 points yesterday. So that's how I ended up with almost $2,300 on this one eval yesterday. So that's kind of been the week of trading so far. But today we're not going to be doing no degenning. We're just going to, it's a Friday, so we're going to try to keep it green. And so kind of go into the weekend with some positivity. Then hopefully we can start June out on a good month. All right, so this is the 5-minute chart. So if you wonder why my chart looks a little different, because y'all know me, I usually like trading on the 1-minute chart. So the 2 orange lines, because I've been trading these levels a lot more, the 2 orange ones are like the lows and the previous day lows. So 301 is yesterday's low, and today's low is down at 226. So I just kind of having the same color as we do on Trading View. And 370. Did I not put that on there? That's today's open. I guess I forgot to put that one on there. I might just leave it blue because it's blue on. All right, so the purple line up here at 3,408, that is yesterday's close, and the top here is today's high. So I've been taking a lot of my trades off previous days highs and lows lately, and it's been working out pretty good. And so how I've been trading them is I always wait for a retest, and I'm pretty sure this was the retest. See how we pushed below yesterday's low? And then I'm pretty sure this was the retest candle here. So it retested those levels, and this is where I would have got short. But I wasn't trading this morning, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked out there. I don't know how it's going to go today since everything's kind of been ran. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear. But that is what I've been trading the most for this week. This way we can add a little bit more support and resistance off of our bear flag setups or bull flag setups. Outer, are you still on the road a lot, or are you getting to stay home a little bit more? Man, I spent this whole since the beginning of April, it seemed like I was going back and forth between here and Georgia. And man, it gets exhausting being away from home. Like it's just tiring not sleeping in your own home. I can never be a traveling person. I'm too much of a homebody person. Definitely probably take some time to get used to doing it, especially if you're like one of the truck driver type people that have to be on the road driving all the time. I couldn't imagine driving every day. I couldn't deal with all the people that's out on the road, especially all the rude and disrespectful people that are on the road. Great hotels help. Yeah, my wife rule of thumb, I mess with her sometime. I'll threaten her with a hotel with a number in it because we usually she doesn't like staying in the like hotels with numbers in it. Because usually those are like sometimes the run, not all of them, but most of the time those are like the rundown ones. Or they're older, not really necessarily rundown, but they're the older ones. The hotels with numbers, like Motel 6 or Motel 8 or whatever hotels you see with numbers in them. Which most of the places we stay at the beach, they're fairly older just because the town's a little older. Because we usually stay at Airbnbs whenever we go to Orange Beach every year. And we're going there in July. So I got another whole month of just, living normal life before we do that in July. And that's around, for anybody that's from here, that's in Alabama. It's, I want to say, east of Gulf Shores. Gulf Shores is probably the more popular area. That's where a lot more people go. But I'm not a big fan of like overly crowded beaches, even though the beach that we go to is getting that way. So I like to try to go to the beach usually after school season starts. So this is probably the first year we're going back to the beach in July, probably in at least 7 years. It's been a long time since we've been to a beach during the July months. And there's probably nothing wrong with it, but like I said, I prefer to go to the beach when all the families and stuff are going back, getting ready for school. So all the restaurants aren't super packed where you're just sitting and, going to a restaurant waiting just an hour just to get set down. All right, guys. So we got about 2 more minutes before the market opens. Thank you, Trader G. Yeah, hoping it doesn't chop around till the 3-star news hits at 10 o'clock today. Let me make sure that was 10 o'clock and not 9:45. That might be at 9:45 and not 10 o'clock. Okay, I'm sorry. That news is at 9:45, guys, not 10 o'clock. 9:45. So So 9:45, guys. I put the wrong time up there where I put 3-star 10 o'clock Chicago PMI numbers. So we do have these data wicks down here. So I would think you would think that we want to rerun these wicks down at the bottom. So maybe a push up, then a push back down. Or either with the ES, maybe we can push up, hit that 25, then sell back down for the bears to stay in control. So I also don't have a lot of time to trade this morning. I'm not really sure what time. We're having our AC unit / furnace replaced in our house starting this weekend or probably next week. But the guy he's coming by today to look at everything. So I know I only probably have till, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sometime between 10 and 11 is all I know at the moment. We got a nice little gap fill in, and see, this is the 5-minute. It's a nice little 5-minute fair value gap on the 5-minute. I just feel like we got too many wicks down here to run. I just feel like we just need to go pull back to clean out this wick back down in the 300s. Or even pull back down to this 300 at yesterday's close. What's up? What's up, Andy? How are you doing today? Ooh, we're about to hit the. I mean, that's just a. This is probably a little bit on the high risk because there's that gap fill. Oh, I didn't even have time to move my freaking stop loss up. It's probably going to go to son of a B. Watch that thing just wick me out to go down. That's probably what's going to happen. I mean, it looks like it wants to clear out this gap here. I try to get my stop loss right above that 50 level. And that way I could at least got my 10 points and look for the runner, but I couldn't get it moved in time. So what it is, this is a 1-minute breakout here. We also got the 5-minute, the 3-minute. There's several little breakouts right here is what I was trying to catch. I just felt like I got done. Just got done so dirty on that, man. I couldn't even get my freaking stop loss moved fast enough. All right, let's see. Let's try a different. Ah, man. I guess congrats to anybody that stayed in that. Well, was able to at least get your stop loss. You needed to be right above this VWAP here. Right above the VWAP, right above the 50. Son of a B. We're probably going to at least get to those 300s. That's what I was going to be aiming for. Yesterday's low. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday's low sitting at 301. So I probably, my first target, if I was able to stay in this, would be 310, which about 5 or 10 points above that level there. And so you got a 5-minute fair value gap here, so that's why it looks kind of off. But this is a 5-minute gap here, so we filled in the 5-minute gap. So we missed our breakout this morning. So now we just kind of have to be patient and wait for some kind of pullback, or maybe we can get under those 300s and find support at the 300s. Ooh, that's a good, sometimes that can be a nice little candle too. We'll see what happens here. Where you get that big bearish or bullish candle, then you get the little bitty baby like green or red candle. And it's still looking really. Let's see where the ES is at. The ES is at the whole number here. We're probably just going to watch it. We're not going to take it. I feel like I missed my opportunity here on this trade here. I was trying to get my stop loss pulled back a little bit, just right above that 50 level. Because most time you get under that whole number, you know, most time you'll stay under it. You'll always hit that 300 most of the time. And that's about what is about to happen. You're about to hit that 300 level. And like I said, yesterday's low was sitting at 21,301. I'd like to see us push below yesterday's low, then come back, retest it, then look for a short. Because you got a lot of wicks down here that we could clean out, one around 70. Then you have this one this data wick from this morning down at 230. So a lot of room to the downside to shoot for. If yesterday's lows was not hit so many times, I would even like this trade too, where, you know, you hit it, then for a bounce there off the whole number. Whole numbers, there's always a lot of resistance. Be careful if you're in a trade right now. You have news in about 4 minutes. Man, is this may just chop around for the next few minutes until the news comes out. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to find another entry until news comes out. The entry was back up here at the break of this trend line here. I think you had to deal with about 11 points in drawdown, about 10 points in drawdown. If you took the 1 minute breakout this morning. All right, guys, 1 minute in news. So just be aware of that if you are in this trade. I'm still feeling like we're going down just because I feel like we want to take out this data wick here at 270 or 230. What sucks is hopefully it don't get a big move where it messes up the chart. I really don't want this move to get messed up here. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. Be aware of that if you are in this trade. Oh, nothing. Good deal. I like yesterday's lows holding up. My line in the sand's 300 here. That's for the yesterday's low. No. Come on, yo. Oh, looks like we may get stopped out. It's struggling. Oh, yep. Just right above 10. Okay. God dang it. Oh, the low didn't get me. Or got me. All right, so that's back-to-back stopped outs. Ooh, we're taking a bite out of our profit today. We're still just bouncing off that 301, I guess. Oh, you're waiting for the 10-minute opening range for the ES? For some reason, I'm getting a lot of lagginess on my chart. I don't know what's going on. Finally broke it below that. We were just a couple moves too early to the ball game there for that 301 break. Where I would be targeting that data wick down at the 225s, 230. There's a big data wick here. Either that wick or this wick at the 40. Yeah. Man, this is the second trade we've missed out on, guys. We missed out on this one. We got short up here. I got wicked out. For some reason, my Ninja charts is lagging this morning. It's not allowing me to move my stop loss. Like, I try to move it, and it's just, like, I don't know. It's just not doing it, like, fast enough, I guess. I was seeing if disconnect and a reconnect would help with money. Not even. Now I have a gap in there. I know Methodical Man said he was having issues with his Ninja yesterday. Is it frozen? Now it looks like my stuff is frozen. No, there it goes, maybe. Let me see if this will fix the gap, whatever that's in the, no. You got out of that one? Yeah. I missed both sell-offs today. I tried to get short here, but like I said, I couldn't get my stop loss moved back. I was in this trade like maybe one trade too early. I got stopped out. So we pretty much missed both sell-offs this morning. I may have to disconnect and connect again and see if it'll fix this. There it goes. See, it's still. Dude, Friday is starting off horrible today. Like, did we still not take out the lows? No, we took out this wick here. So we still got another. We got the data wick still sitting down there. Man, this may have to be my last trade if we get stopped out here. That'll be back-to-back losses on the breakouts today. We still got the data wick sitting down at 25, so I was hoping that's what we would run. Wish I was in that a little bit sooner because we always have like a 50 bounce. The whole number is always so tough to get through when you're talking about 50 and 100. At least I can move my stop losses if I need to, or because what happens if it don't get through here, more likely you're going to be getting a push back up to the 20. Man. See, we're still bouncing off our whole number. So we do. What kind of news do we have, brother? I don't think we have any more 3-star news, though. Hopefully that 2-star news, 1-star news won't make it too wild. All right, so it looks like it's going to probably move back up to the 20 EMA. That was another 9 touch. So a lot of times if we keep touching the 9 and if it can't push down, that's when you'll get that push up to the 21 EMA. Yeah. Dude, we're getting hammered for Friday, guys. This will be our, probably more likely it's going to be our 3rd straight loss here. I think after that, that's probably going to be my cutoff. Yep. Whew. That doesn't look good. I mean, it looks like another bear flag. I'll give it one more push. If it doesn't push here, we'll close this trade and just maybe we'll have to re-enter. Oh no, there's that news. The news got me, brother. And there's the 20 touch. Oh goodness. What a bummer that was. So now we're about $600 in the hole. Wow, that's insane. Move back up to the top side. about to have a VWAP bounce here at the, what, 33, 35. We got the VWAP sitting up there. Oh, man. All right, so we got stopped out for the third time today. That was probably going to be my... I don't even know if I can even look for another trade today after this back-to-back losses. I feel like it's been downhill since I missed that first break out there from that first trend line break. What a bummer. I feel like the move of today was probably your short here, if you took the short. The last trade we were in, we were still trying to take it down to the this data wick, and this candle here got us. Dude. I'm still having issues with my charts, guys. So there's the VWAP touch. I figured we'd get a little bit more reaction at the VWAP here. I figured we'd hit the VWAP, then pull back. But as right now, we're just kind of selling through or pushing through. All right, guys. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be taking any more trades today since I've already taken back-to-back losses. Oh, it was consumer news. You can try and kind of see where the ES is at. I know. I was wondering if it would make its way back up to that 25 again, brother. Because that's been kind of the magnet all week, that 59.25. Oh, you're looking for longs? I'm kind of on the gunshot right now since I've taken back-to-back losses. So, like I said, today's probably going to be an early day for me. We're probably just going to trade until, or just watch the market probably until 10:30. Since we're probably not going to be taking any more trades today. Nice. Are you trading the ES, brother, or are you trading the NASDAQ off the ES? I decided pre-market that I wasn't going to be taking any funded trades today. I didn't feel like messing up my Friday by messing up my fundeds. Evals don't really bother me too bad just because, especially since they're cheaper evals, but I don't want to mess up any of my fundeds on Friday. I was just happy to get one of my funded Bulanox back. So now we at least we have Apex and Bulanox as far as funded go that we can trade. All the Apex are 25Ks, and my one Bewley is the 50K that we passed yesterday. I used to, when I first started doing futures, I used to trade nothing but the ES. Then I started doing NASDAQ, and that's about the only thing that I've been using or trading. It's bouncing off that 13 level that you were saying was support. And that's the one trade that I missed. I wish I did, which it wasn't on the ES. No, it hasn't got there with the it was on the ES, that opening range low, where most of the time where I say, like, if you get above that opening range low, we always every time hit that opening range high, and it did it here on the ES. Are you still holding to 21? Nice on holding the ES long. Today I felt like it was one of those days where I had the right direction picked, but either the first trade I couldn't get my stop loss moved. For some reason I was having issues with Ninja. Like, it was super delayed this morning. Like, I would try to move my stop loss and it wouldn't move. That's what happened on this first place. I knew that most time once you get below the 50, it will usually retest that 50 on that trend line break this morning. And this one right here was just basically to the ball game, just a move too early, which that happens whenever you kind of go in that consolidation. To me, it still looks like it's going up. I wonder if we're going to have this type of movement today where consolidate sideways, big up, consolidate sideways, big up. It's one of those type of movements. All right, so we still have one micro left. Still a very weak breakout. I'm hoping we can go up and hit like that 10 level, that 410, then pull back, retest the 90s, then keep going. We got the high sitting up there at 420. And hopefully that'll get us to like that 25 level on the ES and with the NASDAQ about the same time. But if we can build structure back above that 25, that gets the bulls back in control. All right, so our runner got stopped out. Brother, where did you enter your long at on the ES? And are you trading minis or micros on those type of moves? Woo, it's hard for me to find motivation today after those back-to-back losses, guys. Oh, nice. See, that's something also I'm not that great at too, is adding to it. I've tried that a few times where I'm just adding to my, winners, but sometimes I just struggle with that. Hopefully, the next week we can find a few more winners for our funded account and get closer to that 26,600. So it'll be nice if we can do it in like 3 or 4 trades and get that big runner that we've been trying to get, because we missed out on a big runner yesterday. And the day before, I feel like the market was a little bit on the choppy side. And even this is pretty tough price action to trade. Like, I don't do very good in this type of price action where we just have like the random big moves out of nowhere. I feel like my one good trade this morning I missed, which was right here. Like everything else has been tough to get the entries. So I find this to be the hardest is whenever we consolidate, because it's so hard and it's so random to just kind of get in that big sell off, just because it's consolidated what 10 candles at least here, then sell off. Then we did hit the bottom. We did not hit that data wick like I was hoping we would. Then consolidate, then just big candle out of nowhere. No, I think this was the 10 o'clock news candle here. So that kind of got it going to the upside. So we also been just trying to get better about as far as picking our funded trading days. So I know I struggle on this type of price action. So I do not trade my funded accounts on this type of price action where it's consolidation move. Because most of the time, whenever I trade this stuff, I usually end up getting chopped up because I don't usually trade with a very big stop loss. So right here at the top of your opening range high, this is also the 5 and 15-minute candle. This is what this box here is if you're new here. So a lot of times I'll trade like the 15-minute breakouts. So you got your 5 and 10. So if I was going to trade this, which you're also pretty close to the initial balance. So you may have your initial balance, 15 minutes and 5 minutes right here all on top of each other. So maybe if you can get a breakout, then a retest of the 90s. So what I would like to see is for us to push up to the purple line. Let me see what that was. Yesterday's close at the 408. And then pull back, retest the 15 minutes, then go. Our initial balance, depending on what is there. Oh, excuse me. All right, so we finally did pop through the 5 and 15, but it's just a wick. Brother, was any of your accounts, are those all, did you say those are all funded accounts, or are those just your eval trades today? Well, nice on finishing green, man. I wish I had better luck today myself. It's been a rough morning for myself. I'm just glad it's on a 90% eval and not on fundeds. That's why we decided to stay away from funded today. I didn't feel like having that monkey on my back of messing up a funded account on a Friday, then having to think about it all weekend. More than likely, it's probably going to take a little bit to get through these 410s. Ooh, 20 accounts. That's a lot. I'm trading. I got six fundeds with 1 eval at the moment. I had two evals, but we were fortunate enough to pass a eval yesterday on Bewley. We were trying to build up our Bewleys where I want to just get the 3 fundeds and just trade the 3 fundeds with Bewley, then the 5 or 6 with Apex. Are you copy trading them all, or you just do one? Yeah, Rule, you can hold that Apex PA account as long as you want without paying for it. I would hold mine for weeks. Oh, you do copy? So the only thing is let's just say what I would do sometimes, because I try not to pay for so many fundeds at one time until I got to that 5 or 6 Apex funded. I would, if I pass one, I'd wait till it's almost time to renew for the what is it, the eval, before I would pay for the funded. And that's only because I'm not doing like, I've dabbled with copy trading, but lately I've just been trading them one at a time, and I've been trying to strictly stick to just one only. Yeah, so like let's just say you passed your eval in one day. When like sometimes you pass it in one day. As long as you sign that little permission slip, the contract, within like 2 days, that's all you have to do. And you know, I think you can with Apex, I think you only gotta trade them once every 120 days so they don't disable the count. Now I know with Bulonox, they're a little bit more stricter. They will uh, lock your account, not lock the account down, but they'll put it like in dormant where it can't be used, and you have to send them a text or that help ticket to get them to unlock it. Because I think Bulonox requires you to at least trade once a week, where Apex you don't have to do that unless they changed it. But I know I've let PA or evals that I passed sit there for weeks before I paid that activation fee. Yeah, you can pay that activation fee whenever you want. Actually, there is no timeline to pay it. You could let it sit there till the end of June if you wanted to. You would just have to continue paying for that eval, uh, that fee every 30 days. So let's just say your eval resets next Thursday and you don't pay for that activation fee, they'll charge you another eval fee. It depends on how long you got before that eval renews. And that's what I was doing. I was waiting till it got close to renewal because I knew I wasn't copy trading and I know it was just going to be sitting there. So I really wasn't in a hurry to pay. So that's kind of what I was looking at as. Because what I was doing, I was trying to, because it gets expensive paying for that, especially if you're blowing a lot of accounts. So, so you're saying, I'm going to take a picture of that so I remember that. So you're saying look at the ES at the 10-minute opening range? So you YOLO an account on the second move? What? Oh, you're talking about your evals. Okay, so you're YOLO in your evals? Nice. I don't do that because I stream and I gotta have something to trade sometimes. So it's really hard for me to YOLO all my accounts because I don't trade funded accounts non-stop. So I try to take more trades or just work on different, you know, whatever the same strategy that I trade every day. This way I can practice that strategy more. And I don't want to practice that stuff on my funded accounts all the time. So I try to look for the same type setup on my funded accounts every day, but my evals is what you'll see me trading different stuff on. And most of my eval, I mean, I really only trade two different things, and that's usually bear and bull flag breakouts. And sometimes I trade support and resistance on levels sometimes. And the other is pretty much what Methodical Man trades with the inversion gap trades. Oh, okay, that's it. I did that the other day, brother, on a Mulinox. That's what I was telling Methodical Man. I was like, oh, I'm going to YOLO this thing because that crap resets in a few days. And I wasn't close to passing it. That's how I blew one of my evals the other day. It was my only blown eval all month until I did that crap. And yesterday was my second because we were trying to take the breakout on that Manzini level of the 25. And I kept getting freaking stopped out on it. So this price action here just sucks, guys. There's just not really a lot you can do. At least not for me, there's not. I will put that on the ES chart and that the 10-minute thing here. So I'll change the 5-minute or this 15 minutes to the 10-minute. Do you play it similar to the which I don't ever trade the ES, but I do watch the ES all the time. Brother, so are you playing this 10-minute here the same way as you play the like say if someone's playing the 15-minute breakout, you're just waiting for it to break out past this 10-minute here? Or do you wait for a retest? You'd wait for the retest of the 10-minute candle? Or not necessarily 10-minute candle. I guess that would be the 5-minute candle. Or 2 5-minute candles. Are you on the 10-minute charts? Does that sound right? Are you using like a 10-minute charts? Or just a close of the 10 minutes? Okay, so the close of the outside of the 10-minute candle. Okay. Yeah, we'll watch that next week. And I put it on my charts. I just got to remember that it's on there. So here's the 10-minute candle here, or 10-minute close. And it closed nicely. I mean, you got the 5-minute close here. I mean, I guess it's similar to like playing the 5-minute candles. Ah. So the first one hits. How many points do you look for on the ES since it's kind of a slow mover? Or do you just look for areas of support and resistance to take it to? Do you have? That's not bad. Woo. It sucks that we got the price action that's kind of died off right now, guys. Just got a consolidation box. Not really a lot to do here. Today was 9 points. Dude, 9 points on the ES is good. I mean, if you can just get 5 points a day on the ES, I mean, that's good money. Especially if you're just playing with like 5 micros. That's what I used to do when I traded the ES. I would use 5 micros looking for 5 points. I think if you watch what is it? What is his name? Let me look at it. Does any of you guys ever watch Sage? He streams the ES, and I want to say he goes in with heavy, just looking for a few points. But he'll be over there on, I want to say, minis, and I want to say he's trading with like 9, 10 minis on the ES. To me, that's just insane at $50 a point. Whew. Whew. That's pretty good. I think when I was doing it, I would only like risk $250 to $300 whenever I was trading the ES. But like I said, man, it's been at least 2 years since I traded the ES. No, maybe not 2 years, because I've only been doing this for right at 2 years. For the first 6 months, I only did it like once a week. Yeah, we're waiting on a service guy to get here. Like I said, we're getting our AC unit furnace replaced this weekend or next week. So the service guy's supposed to be by this morning around 11 o'clock. You too, brother. Have a good day at work. I'm glad you got to finish green on a Friday. That's always good, especially if you finish green on your fundeds. That's even better. Man, we didn't even get up to the 408. Like, I don't think any of the targets that I was looking for, none of them hit today. So I was looking for these targets, which, I usually have them pre-marked before we start trading. So we just barely missed this target. I swear I thought we were going to at least get up to the 408s, but we didn't even get up there. We missed it by a few points also. So we went to the bottom of the range here at 50. I wonder if we go all the way back up to the 400s now. Let's see if we take something back up to the top of this range. Usually I don't like to trade this because y'all have heard me mention this multiple times, is whenever the EMAs are smacked together. Usually it's super choppy. So right here, we're just kind of playing the range. So we saw that we hit the bottom of the range here. We're seeing if maybe we get another push to the top of the range. Oh, come on. Show me some love. Thank you. So if we lose this trade, it'll pretty much erase that last winning trade that we had. This price action is brutal today, guys. I say as long as I stay above the 50. Oh, nope. Damn it. I couldn't even close it in time. It happened so quick. All right, so that erased the last winner that we took. It is just not my day today, guys. I'm getting just chopped up today. I don't know. A lot of times, if we do not make it back to the top of the range, most of the time that means we will possibly sell off. That's usually when you know, that's what I've noticed in the past. Just say we have like a range going, and the one time it doesn't make it back to the top of the range, a lot of times you'll sell back through. What's up, Outer? It's been brutal for me today, Outer. I hope you've had better luck today. This price action's been kicking my butt. Break even, luckily. I missed my one trade this morning. I was having a little bit of issues when I first started out with Ninja. I couldn't get my stop loss move. I was trying to take this first breakout this morning. And then this trade here, I was about one move too early because I was trying to take the break of yesterday's close. And so we missed this one. And this one I could not, because I have it start off with a 10-point stop loss. And I was trying to move it right back above the 50 here. And so we hit the 50, then basically just sold off freaking 100 points. Then it seems like you try to take the second trade, which aren't setups. That's usually what gets me is I'll trade like a breakout setup. If I miss it, I try to find that entry, and that second entry usually never works out for me. But for some reason, I still like to try. I don't know why I do that, but that's usually what happens. But no funded trades today. We're going to try to finish the week green on the funded, because I know I suck at this type of price action, or I just struggle with it just because it's so hard to just be correctly on these breakout candles. And you can even go through here and just see it too. I mean, it's like big candle, consolidation, big candle, which it was a nice move here, but consolidation. This was the news candle, and then more consolidation, big candle, consolidation, big candle. So that's just kind of where we're at on this price action today. I don't think I've ever had any kind of good luck trading this type of price action. I just need to be better about recognizing it and know it's like, okay, this just price action is never any good for me. I always end up red or just struggle with my entries because they're usually not good follow through, or you're always one or two moves too early. Whew. Equal high sitting at that 22. Yeah, it looks like pretty close to equal highs at that 420s. I thought we would already hit that 408, but man, we just could not get up there. I tried to take a little breakout earlier. I want to say it was right here. We took 10 points. We actually got a little bit of green, but then we lost it here. Oh. So I put all my trading stuff in the Discord. So this is what we put. All bad for me with the Friday on my eval today is no longer with us. All red. Then now we're still red from these last two trades. Yeah, you'll probably be back above that 59.25 on the ES. Oh, well, shoot, we're back down from there. Let me go look outside. Like I said, guys, I'm waiting on the AC furnace guy to come today because, like I said, we have to replace our AC furnace. I just want to make sure no one's outside. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, it is super range choppy today. That's what I was talking about. Where this type price action kicks my butt, outer. I really got to get better at recognizing that and just not really trades. But I mean, I'll attempt an eval, but we definitely stayed away from our funded accounts in this type of price action. So, be right back. Okay. I didn't know if we would get back down to 320 down here at your 50% mark. It's 11 o'clock, pretty close to lunchtime reversal. Yeah, trust me, outer. I am 1 for 4 today on my trades. Like I said, I've got my butt kicked today. And what sucks, outer? I had the right direction pick. It was just one of those days where you can see the market going in a certain direction, but it just seems like every trade either got in a little too early or I don't know. It just one of those days where nothing was working out. I almost felt like you did yesterday, probably whenever that you had the perfect trade set up and it comes back and one ticks you, then it goes where you know it's more likely going. That's what it felt like this morning. Oh my goodness. Outer, have you started taking any trades on your funded accounts yet, or are those things still sitting dormant? I know I've asked you this before, but I couldn't remember if you started trading your accounts yet. Or just looking for like small base hits or anything like that. Oh, you're busting out the copy trader. Nice. Hmm. I didn't know if this gap would hold here. Let's see if we can retest the VWAP. All right, like I said, this has got to be the last eval trade of the day. Hopefully I got enough time for it to play out, unless that service guy shows up today or this morning. All right. All right, guys, that has to be it for me today. So this fairly new eval we started, we're going to be 245 in the hole starting out. No funded account trade today for me. I want to say we were probably what, 1 for 5 today. It was a tough day of trading. All right, guys, everyone have a good weekend. Hopefully everybody else's trading's a little bit better than mine today. Like I said, mine was horrible today. You too, Outer. Thank you guys for watching today. Sorry it was such crappy trading price action for me. Everyone have a good weekend.